Hi, Alan here from RVacrossamerica.net, and it's been a while. It's been several weeks since I've posted, and frankly, this post was supposed to be about my health and some major updates on that and some other information I've learned and all kinds of stuff. But I ran across a article through my email this morning. This is Sunday, February 5th that I'm recording this, and I'm hoping to get this up today. Because the article dealt with full-timers who are RVing that have their residency in South Dakota. And very honestly, it's at risk. Your South Dakota residency is at risk based on what I learned this morning through an RVtravel.com article. And I'm going to link you over to my site, rvacrossamerica.net/SD, as in South Dakota. That's rvacrossamerica.net/SD. You will find over there a link to a brief video, it's like a 7-minute video, that explains what these two bills that are being considered in committee by the South Dakota legislature. One is in the House and one is in the Senate. And both of them, either of them, could serve to basically knock full-time RVers out of South Dakota as far as using it for their residency. I can tell you that it's House Bill 1232 and Senate Bill 124. But again, more details are over at rvacrossamerica.net/SD. Here's the bottom line. One of the bills is addressing voting. And I can understand that South Dakota, just like any other legitimate state, is concerned about voter fraud. And they are concerned that, how much of a tie does somebody have to South Dakota if they're a full-time traveler? Well, you can use and I'm going to bring this up to the South Dakota reps when I call tomorrow myself, and I give the phone number and the email address, and again, the bill numbers on the website, rvacrossamerica.net/SD. You can use, for example, I use America's Mailbox, and you could have them step up the verification process for ensuring that I am who I am when I take out a postal mailbox, a legal postal mailbox, through America's Mailbox, so that makes me a South Dakota resident along with spending one night in South Dakota. That's a very big deal to RVers, and there are now 1 million full-time RVers, and there are only 3 states that really support this very easily. It's Texas, Florida, and South Dakota. So South Dakota must have a large number of RVers associated with the state that are full-timing. And frankly, I don't think we're the population that's involved in voter fraud. So, to me, that bill is an unnecessary bill. The other one is unnecessary too, because the other one essentially defines what a residence is and says that you have to be certain things. You have to be living in the state in order to be a resident of the state. And in 2023, that's just not a modern outlook on the situation. And again, I'm going to bring this up to the representatives that, as a full-timer, I can be on the road. I'm now in Utah right now, and you may be able to see heavy snow falling outside behind me, and I'm looking forward to yet another powder day in a day or two when I get up into the mountains, because that's what I've been busy doing all winter, and that's why you haven't heard from me. And again, I've got a lot to share. I mean, I've lost a ton of weight. My health is unbelievable. I've done things where I've learned about metabolic fasting and, intermittent fasting and metabolic syndrome, and all kinds of stuff that I think has a lot of relevance to a lot of people. And that's going to be the subject of my next video that I put together, hopefully later today or tomorrow. But right now, my concern is getting this out so that if you are a full-timer and are associated with South Dakota as your residency, or if you are planning to become a full-timer or thinking you may become a full-timer down the road, and that South Dakota would be a great state to establish residency in, these two bills could kill the golden goose. And again, the way I look at it, South Dakota is receiving from me sales tax on major purchases I make. Vehicle sales tax is only 4%, but for them that's found money because I'm not traveling through South Dakota's roads. I'm not using their resources to any great degree. I have spent a few months there because now that I'm a South Dakota resident, I chose freedom of choice to go to South Dakota and actually live there for the better part of 2 summers. And I think that's a very healthy relationship between the state and a full-time RVer. The state of South Dakota also receives from me registration fees. They're probably making money on the insurance that I take out as a South Dakota resident, and so forth. So for South Dakota, it's a win. I'm not around much, and yet I'm paying into the coffers of South Dakota to help them out, and I'm one of probably several 100,000 people doing that. So these bills just don't add up. There's something about it, and they're coming in the committees for consideration to go to the greater legislature this week. So my encouragement to you is go to rvacrossamerica.net/SD and check the information out. Look into what it is that's going on there. By the way, South Dakota is also an no income tax state. It's a great state to be affiliated with. I love in general the representation, and this came out of left field when I picked this up. I run a business. I'm a business owner, and you know that I run the RV concierge buying and selling service, which is going great, by the way. And so contact me on that if you're thinking of buying or selling a camper. But the bottom line is, if you are a full-timer or thinking of becoming a full-timer, and South Dakota is either currently or potentially your state residency, these 2 bills put it at risk. You need to go to rvacrossamerica.net/SD and check out the video. It's a brief video that explains what the 2 bills are about, and then call those representatives, ideally tomorrow, and let them know what you think. All right? Be respectful, but let them know what you think. Alan here, rvacrossamerica.net. You have a great day. If it keeps snowing like this, I may just go cross-country skiing a little later on today. All right, you take care and have a great day. Be good.